jump into ScourgeBringer. Let's go. This is an early access indie 2D pixel art action platformer, rogue-lite. Think of it very much like Dead Cells. It reminds me a little bit of Celeste as well, just from the design style and how you move around in the game. And there's not really a whole lot of lore to the game. You know, you're trying to save a world from this big apocalyptic thing that's going to blow up the world, and that's about it. Because it's early access, and it's really more of an arcadey experience. You'll see when we get into here. The Entangled Ingress. So you just move from room to room, and the option is to kill every enemy in the room that you get into. Right off the bat, you can tell it kind of looks a lot like Celeste. You jump around a little bit, you got a double jump, you can climb walls. Got a sword slashy thing, got a dashy things as well, got a heavy attack. Basic action game stuff. There's a couple of things, though, in this game that you have to kind of keep in mind, though. One of the biggest things that it took me a while to understand is, first of all, you have a limited amount of health, as you can see on the top left there. And that's how many hits you can take. It's not like, you know, you get health back or whatever. It's 10 hits and then you're done. You do not get a lot of iframes in this game when you get hit, so your health can disappear really fast. Second of all, there's no iframes on your dash either. That's the hardest thing that it took me to understand when I first started playing this. It takes a little bit to get into, but pitter patter, let's get in here. The music kind of kicks ass when the action gets going there. The idea of the game is that when you're swinging your sword around and wailing at enemies, you don't really descend a whole lot, and you can dash around. There's no real fatigue or cooldown on your dashes, so the idea is you're zipping around from enemy to enemy, just wailing on them as much as you can, and it gets pretty hectic when the enemies get all over the place in here. You can spend a lot of time in this game just sort of hovering in the air and not touching the ground. And it's just room to room combat, and that's really about it. All the maps are procedurally generated. You just have to make your way around and find what rooms have the progress stuff in them. Most rooms just have enemies in them. Usually it's 2 waves per room. If you can keep wailing on enemies, you can usually stun lock them, at least these beginning enemies. You can usually stun lock them to the point where they're not able to fight back, which is good, because as soon as they start firing at you, you have to basically get out of the way of the bullets or take the hits, and you feel every hit that you take in this game. Sometimes you'll see an enemy get a little exclamation mark over their head. That means that they're revving up for an attack. If you can hit them with a heavy attack while they have that exclamation mark over their head, they get stunned for a little while. Also, your heavy attack also deflects bullets. Problem is, it's really slow. Yeah, see, right there, I tried to dash through the bullets, and I got hit. I took a hit from that. That's been the hardest thing for me to sort of wrap my head around, because a lot of the games that I play, you know, dashing usually gives you iframes or whatever, right? Not so much the case in this game. Those big turtle guys on the ground, you definitely don't want them to start attacking, because they just fire this big volley of bullets everywhere, and it's really hard to dodge. That's the boss door, but there's a mini-boss out somewhere on the map that we have to beat first. The power-up well. There's usually one of these per map, and you just jump in and you get your choice of 3 different randomly selected power-ups. Fury recharges automatically when there's no enemies. That's pretty good. Fury is your big one. It's a meter that fills up over time, and when it's full, you can unleash a big giant hits everything on the screen attack. That was the Fury attack right there. Here's the mini-boss. He's not so hard once you know his strategy. Basically, he just teleports around. You just got to get to him and stun him before he unleashes his attack, because it's this big volley of attacks. It's really hard to dodge. Down here is the shop. I'll take sword damage. Ah, you got me. You really feel every hit you take. The body boulder. Let's go. Ah, you got me. His little, like, rain of death there is really hard to dodge. So that was the first run there. Every time you beat a mini-boss, you get 1 boss blood crystal, and every time you beat a full boss, you get a bit more. Boss blood crystals are used here back in the hub world to get permanent upgrades. As you can see, I've already unlocked quite a few. I need 3 for this one on the side here, and 4 for this one on the side here. I only have 2, so I can't afford anything, so we're just gonna jump back in and try another run. Once you get into the rhythm of just doing run after run, this game picks up really fast, because it's not like Dead Cells where the runs can take a good 20, 30, 40 minutes. In this game, the runs are pretty short. That could be just because it's early access and it hasn't been out for very long, and they're probably going to put more content in it. Plus, the runs do get longer if you beat the bosses and move on to other levels. Oh, you bitch. That little guy got me. What's this? Energy bar. You also do have a projectile weapon. You have a gun, but it has very limited ammo. That's what that meter on the left-hand side there is. And you recharge ammo by basically wailing on enemies. The gun is meant to be used only in an emergency, although you can get upgrades later on that make your gun a lot more effective. I like how kinetic the game gets when you really get into a rhythm, too. Gives you that sense that you're really darting around from enemy to enemy, really ninjaing your way through these guys. The fact that you can instantly warp back to any room that you've been in already, also, it's got that Into the Gungeon sort of thing where you can just warp back to places you've already been, so you don't spend a lot of time backtracking in this game either. Keeps the pace up. That rocked. What is that? Pan increases damage on stunned enemies by 5%. I'll take it. That's the whole level, so off to the boss. With full health this time. Ow, that hurt. Got him. Damn. Beat the hell out of me, but I got him. And you don't get healed after bosses either. Next level. New enemies. Full disclosure, this is as far as I've ever made it in a run, so we'll see how well we do here. Level 2 mini-boss? Oh boy. Oh, he's got lasers. I don't like that you have lasers. Yeah, furied him. And we get the suspicious shroom. Adds one more slash to the fury. Cool. Oh, I flew into the small, slow-moving projectiles. Boo! Damn it. Once you start getting into a rhythm, you move from room to room really fast, which is good because you want to keep your combo meter filled. The faster you clear rooms, the more filled that is, and the more damage you do, and the more loot you get per room. Plus, it just looks cool as shit to move around like a ninja through these rooms and wreck everything. It's got a good combat loop, I think. And every time you take a hit, you'll notice your combat meter on the side there gets halved. Taking hits is very bad for your combo meter. Got him just in the nick of time. That was close. I thought I bought the farm there at the end. All right, see how far I'm gonna get through this level with one hit in me. Oh! Ah! I saw the shots coming and I dashed right into them. Bummer. All right, one more run. Got him. Down to one last hit again, but I got him. Don't forget that he has punches. I always forget. I never take the lessons from Rumble Mix Skirmish seriously, and I always forget
that I have punches.
Oh! I didn't even know what hit me there.